such as the ever-popular Find My iPhone, normally a harmless app meant to help you find your phone when it's lost, except for now when people want to track you. 400 people work in this tomato plant. The majority of them work here in the greenhouses, and almost 95% of them speak Spanish primarily. The women sometimes travel over an hour to get to Miraflores to sell their bags. Each bag costs 10 soles, or roughly the equivalent of $3 US. If you go to the pumpkin patch, go in the morning, it's going to be a lot cooler. And into the rest of the week, it is sunny all week long. If you go to the fair, wear your 10-gallon hat, be prepared to protect yourself from the sun. While they're waiting to receive their PTP or asylum, Venezuelans may be forced to work in the informal economy, such as in markets like the one I'm standing in, where their employment records may be off the books. And of course, the Arizona Taco Festival with my favorite, the Chihuahua Beauty Pageant, because every single Chihuahua is beautiful. One of the first steps we learn in Garden Club is how to prepare the soil to better grow our plants. And what's one of the first steps we need? Fertilizers! Las promotoras y pasantes de la Universidad de Arizona colaboran para crear su propio manual de entrenamiento. This past week, gallery artists, hobby artists, kids, and kids at heart all gathered to create massive murals in the most unlikely of places, a back alley.
Really, a lot of times alleys are kind of looked down on as like just places where we put our trash bins, and we don't really celebrate them as potential spaces. And this alley in itself is unique because it's the only place where Oak Street becomes an alley.
Over 40 artists showed up to the Oak Street Alley Mural Festival to create their own murals on any open space that they could find. This is the second festival, but the first official one. Last year, the founder asked his neighbors and the residents of Oak Street Alley if he could paint on all of their alley walls. This year, they've gotten permits, closed off the streets, and it's a much, much bigger deal.
I just love bringing the community together. We're just here to connect people in art, and that's all we're doing.
Aside from connecting with the community, the artists say that creating something with your hands, especially art, lets you connect with yourself.
Yeah, a lot of the time I think it brings flow, like it brings to that state of present-mindedness.
I mean, really life is an art, right? We're expressions of the great cosmic experience, and we are all here just kind of like trying to interact and enjoy life and do what we want.
The event brought together not just painters, but also foodies and musicians. The founders hope to inspire other neighborhoods to make every space beautiful.
I love events like this. I've seen things like this all over the world, and when you come to one in your hometown of Phoenix, that it really makes a big difference.
Each mural will remain in place for 5 years before it's painted over with a new creation, continuing a cycle of a living, ever-changing work of art. For Cronkite News in Phoenix, I'm Anikka Abbott. Bend, pluck, place, repeat. For hours a day, workers at Nature Sweet Farms pick tomatoes. It's work that requires strength, skill, and good health.
If you think about it, everything for harvesting crops, for packaging them, et cetera and stuff, it is built to make it happen fast. It's not built to protect the body of the workers.
Workers do what they can to prepare for the day.
When we enter, first we have to exercise, stretch out, then we put all the protective clothes on for the greenhouse.
Though they grow healthy food, some farm workers struggle to maintain their own health. The ratio of people to doctors in rural areas is 2,500 to 1. Here in Winchester Heights, an unincorporated Latino neighborhood just 10 minutes from the farm, there are no doctors. The closest town with a medical facility is 20 minutes away. Enter CHEC, a rural health organization that wants to help the people in this area. They've worked with the community to build a center with their own hands. They train promotoras de salud, or community healthcare workers like Aida Dominguez, in the center. Promotoras de salud go door to door in Winchester Heights to teach their neighbors about better health. When these farm workers hear people speaking their own language, it bridges the divide.
Es importante para tener como un ambiente social. It's important to have a social environment and also to be able to help the children, the youth, the adults, the elders, so we will be united.
Learning about healthcare from your neighbors in the place where you work is a powerful motivator.